UFC Vegas 13, Santos versus Glover Teixeira. This is going to be a good main event, guys. Pretty excited for it. Card overall is not the greatest, especially from a betting standpoint. A lot of large favorites, so you do have to be creative in this one. No best bets as of yet for subscribers watching this video, but I will have some plays ready for Friday. More information on the subscription service, check out systemsportscapping.com. Updated records each day or after each play, and subscription packages available there as well. Solid Halloween for myself. Hitting on both full unit plays. We were on Hall by KO plus 150. Hall by KO plus 150. I didn't see that fight going the distance. So win fight would get the finish. So that's how I do the logic there. It's pretty simple. I'm not paying minus two. I think it's minus 225 or minus 250 closing for Hall. So you got to get creative and bet outcomes, and that's what I've been good at all year. Finding outcomes and how they're going to win. So we did plus 150 there on Hall, and then we had the Mitchell and Feely fight to go the distance. Yes. You got that at a good price, only like minus 120. So good night there. The only one we lost, small unit parlay. We lost 2 fights. Bobby Green. I thought Bobby Green won that fight, to be honest, guys. Hey, we parlay with Hardy. Easy win for Hardy. So that was the only downside. Not too sure if you guys watched the boxing fight, the pay-per-view event, Gervonta Davis versus Santa Cruz. Great. One of the best knockouts I've seen in boxing for a while. That up was deadly. I was on Gervonta Davis by KO minus 110. Really confident about that play. I even gave it out to subscribers as a small play. But I jumped on it a little higher units right before the fight. So it was definitely a very good Halloween. Let's look at the updated record, guys. Updated record. We are over 45 units, getting closer to that 50 units year to date, guys. 45.1, and we're still above 70% at 71%, guys. I've been a little more limited with my best bets as of late. That's how we were able to stay above the 70%. But hey, if I made any of those I did like those 2 fights a lot, but I just couldn't get up to the best bet mark. With a Hall and Silva fight, never know what really was going to happen there, but I did like Hall enough to bet it. I did give out Mitchell last week for you guys. I did lean the Mitchell way, so hopefully you guys did tail that. I think we got everything right on the video last week, obviously except the Bobby Green, which was questionable, so hopefully you guys tailed me there. Let's get right into the main card. Main card, Santos minus 250 versus Glover Teixeira plus 200. Value alert for Glover. You know, it's really hard to stay off this value with Glover here, guys. You know, if you're going to bet a side here, you may, and you're looking at value, you may want to look that way. You know, he continues to win. He continues to win as a dog, and Santos is coming off a big injury. So you want to take a look at that. This fight I don't see going 5. All right, I don't see this fight going 5. So whoever you do like, you would want to take the finish, in my opinion. The line tells you this too, that the fight won't go 5, right? Minus 400 for fight not to go the distance. There's no way I'll be laying minus 250 with Santos. You know, and you're not getting that much of a difference with the KO, minus 150, right? Maybe shop around for that, but minus 150 I see here on a book for outcome KO. Right, a little more about Glover. You know, Glover's been training with one of the best kickboxers for this fight. I did notice that. He's been fighting great, and he's right there for a title shot. Right, if he can pull off this upset against Santos, he'll be next in line for a title shot. Santos' injury was really bad, guys. Really bad. I'll wait and see how I want to just wait and see how he comes back from it. Right. From the big injury. Santos can come into this fight, yes, win this fight, no problem, KO him very quickly, first, second round. It is possible. That's where I see Santos winning this fight, an earlier knockout, right? In the second round, maybe even third. I don't see this going 5, like I mentioned. So if you do like Santos, I do suggest to play the KO prop, because you are going to get a little better value there, right? He is coming off that fight. He could have beat John Jones, right? He could have beat him in that fight. Very high level skills, great kicker. But that's where he hurt the knee. He hurt the knee with his kicks, right? So that's something you got to look at. He throws a lot of kicks, and that's where the injury took place. He does have more skills than Glover, yes. Glover obviously has the experience, and he is on that hot streak right now. You know, as of right now, I'm off this fight. After weigh-ins and maybe some more research, it could change things. If you ask and put a gun to my head, you know, I would lean Santos. So if you're going to put parlays, Santos, put the values with Glover, right? If you're a value player, you're going to jump on Glover here, right? That's why I can't suggest to play Santos off the injury versus a hot Glover, who Glover's one fight away from, you know, getting a title. I just can't suggest to play Santos because of that value, because of that money, right? If you're going to play Santos, you're going to have to take the KO. You're going to have to take the KO. I don't suggest lay 250 with Santos with a dangerous Glover. It's a fight I'm going to love to watch, see what happens, see how Santos looks after the injury. That's going to be very important to me. So I'm staying away as of right now. I don't have a bet on this. My bet would, if you like Santos, you're going to play the KO. And if you like value and you like betting value, you know, Glover's been hitting value his whole career, and obviously recently, big cash against Smith. We obviously saw Smith is on the downhill. That's one thing I'm a little worried about. Smith hasn't looked as good. So if Santos comes in where he left off, he gets to finish here, guys. Right? So I'm not saying he's not going to win this fight. All I'm saying is value is with Teixeira, and Santos, yes, he should win this fight if all goes well and he looks the same after that injury. So you don't want to play the KO here. Let's get into the co-main. Oh, Boser. Wow, Boser. This number is climbing, guys. Opened up at 250. Minus 275. Oh, I even see minus 300s out there now versus Orlovsky at plus 225. The Bulldozer from Canada. You know, he's putting his name out there in this heavyweight division now. You know, Boser has been on a nice roll here as of late with 2 KOs. Nice power. And he seemed to find something here. You know, nice win versus Lins, the Brazilian, 2 fights ago. And Pessoa in his last fight. He is, I think the main reason why, guys, is he's coming in lighter and quicker than his opponents. Okay, he's coming in a lot lighter, faster, and that's why I think this big change is helping him a lot. You know, Orlovsky, you know, he's a savvy vet. He's been around the fight. He always gets fights. He just hasn't shown me anything as of late to tell me why he's going to beat this up and coming Boser, right? I haven't seen anything as of yet. What I give him, yes, he has the experience. His chin is questionable. So the only thing I can give him here, he has the fighter experience, right? That's the only thing I can say here. You know, and it is tough to, you know, I always like to find outcomes. It is tough in this fight to call an outcome. I lean Boser by KO, but I can see it going 3 as well. If Orlovsky can use his experience, avoid any power punches from Boser. But Boser's going to be quicker. He's going to be able to piece him up, I personally think, in this fight. So it is tough to call an outcome here. But you're going to get a better value if you take the KO. But I can't give my opinion here on an outcome or a play just because it's tough to call. And the numbers will tell you that it is very close. It's plus money either way, but it's close. On both sides here. This is a fight I would suggest to wait for the weigh-ins. If Boser's coming in the low 230s like he has been, 235, 236, in that range, if he's coming in there and lower, I would suggest to put Boser in a parlay. But if he's not, you know, he's a little heavier, he may not be as fast, I would be maybe a little worried there and to avoid it just because the high price tag. You're laying minus 275, minus 300 in a heavyweight fight is never suggested, guys. Unless it's a clear-cut advantage. And I'm not going to say Boser's a clear-cut winner over Orlovsky, but I do like it. I do like him to win. Watch the weigh-ins in this one. I probably will have Boser in a parlay as well if I can get a little better number. Two-fight, of course. Two-fight parlay. But I haven't pulled the trigger as of yet. Next fight here, guys. Next fight here. Ronnie Barcelos. He is back. Minus 350 versus Khalid Taha. Plus 275. Another fight here where the line just is, it's not favorable to bet. It sucks. Minus 350. Unless you think the underdog can pull it off, of course. Right? Then obviously you see the value. Barcelos is a very solid fighter, 15-1, solid wrestler, good on the ground overall, good grappler. He'll have the advantage over Taha in that department. Undefeated in the UFC. Most of his fights have been close, though. If you go look it back, at least 2 rounds. Some go to decision. He does finish some fights, but they're later in the fights. Barcelos, he's not known to finish fights. I had to go back and watch some tape on him. To be honest, guys, and also Taha. I had to go back and watch some tape. Taha probably the better, more polished striker. He does have a bit of a chin too, so I can see this going distance. This fight. I'm not going to lay minus 350 here. If you want to throw it in a parlay, sure. All you parlay players out there like to play, larger parlays. I think he's pretty safe to get the victory here, but I would lean a decision. Just from what I've seen on tape talk, does have the chin, but Barcelos can take advantage of the wrestling and grappling, I think. He could pull off a late submission, guys. I'm not ruling that out. But I think you're getting better number, plus 165 on decision, and KO's plus 130. So I think the value would be the plus 165 decision. But Barcelos, we haven't seen him for a little bit. He could come back even more polished and even more dangerous and get the finish here. So, like I said, Barcelos wins this fight. I lean the decision plus 165. Next fight that I'm really excited for, guys. Ian Heinisch minus 110 versus Allen minus 110. Very even fight. Very excited for this one. Probably the second most excited fight on the card for me personally over the main event. Love to see how Santos comes back, obviously, after that injury. Heinisch is the better striker, guys. It's a pretty clear-cut fight, in my opinion. A little tough to decide on the winner, but I'll go over why I like Heinisch here. Heinisch is a better striker. However, Allen would be the better grappler. But Heinisch is no slouch. Not an easy guy to bring down, right? We know Allen has the crazy submissions. He likes to grapple. He likes to look for the takedowns. I think Heinisch will be tough to bring down, but Allen will keep on trying. Allen's not going to want to stand and bang with Heinisch. We seen Allen last time out versus Dawkins. He almost lost that fight, guys, when he tried to stand up a lot. But Allen was able to get it to the ground and take advantage there, right? But striking, he was getting outstruck. He got both guys. It was almost it was fight of the night. One of the best fights I've seen all year, to be honest. It was up there, top 5, top 10. But Allen lost the battle on his feet, and Heinisch could exploit that. He has power, Heinisch. He could knock out Allen here. I think it's just a little too soon for Allen. 24 years old, hasn't fought a name. He beat Kevin Holland. It was one before when Kevin Holland was going on that streak. He's beat Tom Breeze and then Kyle Dawkins. It was a very tough fight. I think it's just a little bit of a step up for Heinisch. I think Heinisch, he's been in there with the top guys that can wrestle as well. With Brunson and Akhmedov, who just lost to. Why am I forgetting his name? Weidman. Remember that? That was not too long ago. He's been in there with those guys that like to wrestle as well. So he'll know what Allen's going to try to bring here. It's just, can Allen survive the 3 rounds of just doing that? Just wrestling, bring him to the ground and grinding it out. This is why it's minus 110 on both sides. I'm going to most likely be on Heinisch here as an official play. It's not a very strong play. It's not like a best bet. But I do like Heinisch as he is the better striker. He's been in there with the better guys. He's more experienced. I think he can grapple as well if needed and wrestle with Allen. I don't think Allen's just going to be able to control this fight. And, I think this fight should go to the distance as well. So you may want to look at that on the outcome here. Heinisch could catch him. But you're getting a glow at -110, so I'm not going to try to be creative and find an outcome here when you're getting a nice low number like this. Yeah, it should be a good fight. Very competitive, in my opinion. I don't see a round one knockout, right? So it should be competitive. Could go the distance. I see Ian just slightly edging this one out. Last fight on the main card, guys. Last fight on the main card. Yan -135. You can see I see it going up to -150 now versus Gedalia +115. Should be a good fight, guys. Yan is getting some hype out of China. And Gedalia, we all know she's been around, has fought the best, right? But this is a little while ago when she was fighting the best. Coming off a solid win versus Angela Hill, who Yan also beat last year. Yan will provide the more strikes, the volume, right? The significant strikes. She'll lead there in this one. But Gedalia is her path to victory obviously is wrestling and getting it down to the ground. And Yan could get taken down. She's been taken down in her fights versus Hill and a couple other fighters that are known for taking it down. So Gedalia's path is to keep her on the ground, maybe some ground and pound, and that's going to be her path to victory. Winning by takedowns. And that's why I can never go all in on these fights, these ladies' fights. I've learned throughout this year. I've lost. I've even lost a couple best bets on women's UFC fights. And I learned. It took me a little while to learn. I had a best bet in the women's like about 2 months ago. And she lost because of that. Because of a third round takedown. That's the only reason she lost. So if Gedalia can take down Yan multiple times and just keep the fight there and not strike with Yan, Gedalia can win this fight. She has the experience to win this fight. She's fought the best. That's why it can't be all in. Yan though, -135. If you can get at that price, sure. But I look at a decision here if you like Yan. Play the decision. I don't see a finish here. So decision, Yan would be my lean. However, this is not making my card. I'm not sending this out as a subscriber play because Delia could just wrestle with her and keep her on the ground and win this fight. So the lean is Yan for you guys. I do like to give a play on each description and each fight. So I do lean Yan by decision. But it's definitely not gonna make my card, guys. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in this fight. And watch the weigh-ins as well on this one. All right, guys, that will do it for this week. Subscriber plays will be out Friday evening like usual. Please subscribe and like if you haven't already to the video. And check out systemsportscapping.com for more information and all my updated records and subscription services. All right, guys, like I always say, enjoy the card. We have another card, couple good cards coming up as well. This card's not too bad. Good main event, couple other sneaky good fights. Enjoy the card. Like I always say, bet smart and know your limits. Take care.